Hi, good morning, class. This is Mr. G, Mr. Garcia. So we are continuing, and we're actually going to finish 1.2 today. Okay, so let's go ahead and read our essential question. Essential means what's the important question? What's the main idea of the lesson? That's what essential means. So it says, what are the different components of a power? We found out that this is a power, and the top is an exponent, and the bottom is the base. Okay, so that's the question that we have in mind. All right, so let's go ahead and go on to the back. We're on example number 5. So example number 5, it says to evaluate. Evaluate means solve. Okay, so for the example for A, okay, we're gonna go ahead and do A, and we're gonna go ahead and do B. Okay, you guys are gonna do C, and you guys are gonna do D. Now you have to follow order of operations when you do this. PEMDAS, okay, which we already summarized before, or we reviewed a little bit earlier in the year. Okay, so PEMDAS. So what are the order of operations? So it is PEMDAS. So it's PEMDAS. PEMDAS. So write it here before you start. Okay, parentheses, exponents, multiplication or division, addition or subtraction. And remember, with these, you can flip back and forth. Okay? All right, so A and B. So for A, it says W to the third power plus X to the second power. Let me zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see better. Oops. That's too much zoomed in, but there you go. So it's W to the third plus X squared. So what is W and what is X squared? Well, what is W and what is X? So we can see over here, put it this way, that W is 2. So wherever we see a W, let's put 2. So 2 to the third plus, and then X, what's X? X is 5. So it would be 5 squared. And now we solve. Use PEMDAS. So is there parentheses? No. Is there an exponent? Yes, there is. So 2 to the third. What is 2 to the third? So if you're not understanding this yet, you can expand it to help you. So this would be 2 times 2 times 2. And then plus, and then what is 5 squared? 5 squared is 5 times 5, right? Okay. So we solved the exponent. Now let's go ahead and multiply or divide. There's a multiplication here. So let's do that. So 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. And 5 times 5, 25. So we did multiplication or division. Okay, addition or subtraction. So there's addition here. So 25 plus 8 is 33. So that's your answer for example A. For B, okay, so we have W minus X, the whole thing squared. So let's do it again. What is W? 2. What is X? 5. Okay, so let's use PEMDAS again. Is there parentheses? Yes. So let's solve what's in the parentheses first. So 2 minus 5. If you remember your order of operations, your integers, 2 minus 5, okay? 2 minus 5 is negative 3 squared. Okay. 2 minus 5 is negative 3. Okay, and then negative 3 squared is negative 3 times negative 3. Okay, so parentheses, exponents gone, multiplication. So negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. And that is your answer. All right. So you guys go ahead and try C and try D. Okay? Try C and try D. Go ahead. All right. Let's go ahead and go on to example number 6. Hopefully you were able to get an answer here. Okay. Example number 6. So let's go ahead and read it. In the United States, nearly 8 times 10 to the ninth text messages are sent every month. That's a lot of text messages, okay? About how many text messages is this? So we know how to read like 1,000, 10,000, a million, or anything like that. But we don't really know how to read this. But we can use what we've been doing as far as, expanding it so that we understand what this is. So this is 8 times 10 to the ninth text messages. Okay, so let's expand it and see what it is. So 8 times. Now, 10 to the ninth. How many tens are there then? Okay, how many tens are there? It looks like there's 9 tens, right? So you're going to write the 10 9 times. So times 10, times 10, times 10. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Now, okay, 10 times 10 is 100. Times 10, 1,000. Times 10, 10,000. Times 10, 100,000. Times 10, 1 million. Times 10, 10 million. Times 10, 100 million. Times 10, 1 billion. 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. 8 times 1 billion. So what's 8 times 1 billion? 8 billion, right? So 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 billion messages. That's a lot. 8 billion. 8 billones. 8 billion messages. All right, so let's go on to example number 7. Okay, example number 7 reads like this. Interstate 70 stretches almost 2 to the third times 5 squared times 11 miles across the United States. About how many miles long is the Interstate 70? Okay, now, right here in California, we have Interstate 5, right? You guys have seen Interstate 5, or down in LA, Interstate 10, right? So this is talking about Interstate 70. Okay, it's not here. It's on the other side of the U.S. So Interstate 70 stretches almost 2 to the third times 5 squared times 11 miles. Okay, what the heck does that mean, right? So we need to expand it to find out what this is. Expand it. So let's go ahead and do it with the first one. 2 to the third. So 2 to the third means how many 2's are written? 3 of them, right? So it's 2 times 2 times 2. Okay? How many 5's are written? 2 of them, right? 5, 5. And then 111. Okay? So 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. 5 times 5 is 25. Oops. Times 11. So in this case, you're going to go ahead and use a calculator. Go ahead and use a calculator, type it in there. 5 times 25 times 11. And then write in there what you get. All right, so it looks like this interstate, once you put this in the calculator, 8 times 25 times 11 is 2,200 miles. So this is a long interstate. It's a long freeway. Okay, the US is it's a little more than 3,000 miles long from California all the way over to New York. So this is a big interstate. Okay. All right, now let's go on to the end, which is the summary. All right, so we are at the summary part of this lesson. So we are right at the end of this lesson. Okay, so remember, to summarize the lesson, you gotta read the essential question. So what is the essential question in front of it? The essential question is, what are the different components of a power? So what are the different components of a power? So we have a power of, like this. Let's write something. Let's write this one. 2 to the third. So components of a power, meaning what is a power made of, are, so what is this guy? The exponent. And then what is this guy? Starts with the B, the base. So components of a power are the exponent and the base. You're done. We are done with lesson 1.2. Okay, go ahead and answer this question up here. Put your own answer on here. Is there any easier way to evaluate a power if the base is 10? This is a base 10 power right here. Okay, remember what we did to this one. Okay, and see how many nines, how many tens we had to put, and count how many zeros there are. Okay, you'll see a pattern. So you can write that on here. All right, guys, we're done with this lesson.